Well, we'll talk about Will and Will's autobiography. Because Jim, yeah, he's got a bit further with it. Would you like...
Is Jim sending us messages? Is Jim listening?
I'm guessing
He
Jim's
might be. Well, Chris, I've completely rethought it.
Okay.
You've got to allow me a lot of space now, because the listeners don't know anything about it, do they?
No, they will do now. Can you pass me my phone out of my leather jacket inside pocket?
Leather jacket inside pocket. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, yes. It turns out that Jim. Well, we think it's a. Well, we'll call him Jim. We're not quite sure it's the same Jim that we've met before, but there's this person called Jim who we meet, and he is a literary agent, and I therefore pitched him the idea of a Zoe Ball Christmas book, which we've obviously missed now. We're a bit late.
Well,
he did complain, didn't he? He's a bit strict as a literary agent about deadlines and so forth, but. Maybe for next Christmas we'll do something.
Well, I think it was a few Christmases ago you promised it.
Oh,
and then
it might have been.
Never happened.
No, well anyway, we did our research and we found, looking through the bestsellers of Christmas over several years, Zoe Ball hasn't done a book at all. And so we thought we'd do a Christmas book, which would be an autobiography, unauthorised. Well, no, it would have to be a biography, wouldn't it? And the method would be to find a Johnny Ball book. We thought he probably had written a book in which she would feature, which would give us quite a lot of clues that could go into that book with a bit of rewriting. But because Jim's been pressuring me to actually deliver something, I did some further research, and it turns out Johnny Ball doesn't do autobiography, he does puzzle books. So my next idea was to do the Zoe Ball Christmas puzzle book unauthorised.
Okay.
On the grounds that she has a regular slot in which Johnny Ball produces puzzles. But Chris, you actually listened to the Zoe Ball. We shouldn't be saying this on the Phonic FM without previous discussion.
No,
but we've stumbled into this. You do actually listen to Zoe Ball.
Yeah.
And you, not only that, but you listen to it quite a lot, and you say there are no puzzles on her show.
No.
So that's a big problem with my scheme, isn't it? And this Jim person, he does his own research. He's not going to represent me any further in this project, given this large problem. So now, what I think, Chris, is I will work on the Chris Norton Christmas puzzle book, and we'll write to this Johnny Ball person and ask him if he's got some old puzzles, which on an anonymous basis he would like to submit for consideration.
That puzzle will only have one piece.
Only one piece in the puzzle?
Yes, I've decided, as a producer, that the Chris Norton puzzle will only have one bit.
Well, it won't be very complicated, will it?
But you have to do it upside down.
Oh, okay.
Why? Why, Davey?
Well, we don't want to give your identification away, do we?
So why we're doing it upside down? How?
Well, it'd be complicated.
It's not a jigsaw puzzle.
Oh, right.
It's I don't know. You know, how many words can you make out of 7 letters? And
right.
And if 3 equals 4, what does 7 mean? And all sorts of things like that.
But Chris Norton is more than 7.
Well, yes, he's probably not the answer, but
No.
Chris, look, I think the producer's going to help us. So I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to next time we meet Jim, who I don't want him as a literary agent to put me off his list, but he is getting quite upset each time we meet him. So I think I'm going to offer him the rights on the Chris Norton Christmas puzzle book, and JD's obviously going to help us to sort out the puzzles. But if Johnny Ball would like to send us some old puzzles, well, he even could get a credit, I think. In fact, credit will be given to all the people who submit puzzles for your book. Is that a reasonable way of doing it?
Yeah, I just discovered a problem with your plan.
Oh, what's that?
I just typed in Johnny Ball.
Yes.
He hasn't got any books out.
Oh, I think he has. I think there's some old books he's got.
Okay, JD, how did you sell Johnny Ball?
How did I sue him?
You spell it
John, Jon. It's either Jonathan, isn't it? It could be.
Could be. But Chris, it's not. Chris, look. Are you prepared to have a puzzle slot on this show? If we can find some puzzles, are you prepared to have a regular spot?
Yeah. I'm not. Don't know what kind of puzzles they would be. I have a puzzle for you.
Okay.
There's a giraffe, an elephant, and a kitten.
Yes.
But they've all got to get to an island.
Right.
On a boat. But if you leave the giraffe with the kitten, he'll eat it.
So the giraffe will eat the kitten?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the other?
There was a giraffe, a kitten, and there was an elephant. Was it an elephant? What was the other one?
Elephant.
Yeah.
If you leave the elephant with the kitten, he'll eat it. But if you put, they can only be taken across the river one at a time. So how do you
you've got to take the
do
kitten
that?
first. Take the kitten and leave the giraffe and the elephant behind.
Yeah, I don't think I really got the idea of
You
puzzles.
sit on the back of the giraffe, you hold the kitten, and away you go. And when it gets deeper, you climb up its neck to on top of its head, so you're above the water. Do I get 100 points and 14 coffees? Thank you.
Well, I think you do. But Chris, look, in principle, if you're prepared to have a puzzle slot,
Yeah.
I will, and JD is going to sort out whether these puzzles make any sense or not. I will prepare some copy for the Chris Norton Christmas puzzle book, and I think Jim, as the literary agent, will be quite happy with this because we're probably going to deliver it. Whereas the previous ideas, he's never going to get any. Well, he will get something eventually. We'll have to ask him, and then he can persuade you that it's got to be a regular slot. But I can see you're in two minds about this, so he's got to come up with a good reason.
Well, yeah. And JD just typed in on my iTunes Johnny Ball puzzle book.
Yeah.
And there are other downloaders available, and it's put up one thing.
The easiest way around this problem is, right, I have a handicapped brother. He likes jigsaw puzzles, and I found an app which does it for you.
Oh.
So I've taken a photograph of that gentleman trying to do a program over there.
Yes.
And I made him into a jigsaw puzzle. So off we go, and it goes up like that, and off you go, and you start playing your jigsaw puzzle. You can't see this because it's radio, but it does work. So
this app.
there's an app, yes, which is called Jigsaw Puzzles.
Oh, okay.
So obviously, if it's called Jigsaw Puzzles, you do jigsaw puzzles.
Yes.
So there you go. I've solved that one.
Your photograph of Chris Norton, you could put that on the
Yes, I can.
Facebook page.
I can have a photograph of Chris Norton first thing in the morning, which doesn't look very nice. Make a good.
That's quite a good. I mean, it's a reasonable photograph.
Yes, right. So
look, put the photograph on Facebook, and then the audience will have to download the Jigsaw Puzzle app and then make their own jigsaw, because we can't.
Yeah.
Put a link
Okay.
in.
Well, I can. I'll put that on.
Yes, you can.
You can.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
If JD puts the photo up of me, I'll do the other stuff.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that'll be a start, but that's not the only puzzle. That's just the front cover of the book, ladies and gentlemen. There will be many other puzzles.
See,
If Johnny Ball wants to send in a puzzle that could be part of this and get a very reasonable proportion of whatever Jim is able to negotiate with the publisher, that would be fine.
Okay, here is Prince 1999.